Quantity over quality. Oh, huzzah. Jojo Mart brand revolver. Hello. Good morning. How's it going, everybody? Happy Friday. What are y'all doing here? Had to add a little flourish to it, right? In honor of Pride Month, I am literally coming out of the closet. Uh, Not in that way, but literally coming out of the closet. It's cozy in there. It's nice. Uh, but anyway, good morning. Happy Friday. Congratulations to Blue for becoming the Phantom Menace for the 11th time. It is still the era of Blue. You're on a streak. And good morning to you. Good morning, Ams. You got a Star Wars pre-roll ad, Blue. It's coincidental because I finally made it. I have finally, for my opinions on a space movie, I have finally been called a shill on Twitter. Which, if you've been around Star Wars Twitter at all, it's sort of a rite of passage. You really need to be called a Disney shill. That how much is or being asked how much is Disney paying you to like this, or to tell us that you like this, and the answer is nothing until now. If you got a Star Wars pre-roll ad, technically I got paid by Disney, so I'm more than happy to take their money if they want to give it to me. Get paid to do something that you're going to do anyway? Yeah, Ams, the clip player just recently, every once in a while, on a few clips, it stutters, and I don't really understand why. So it's not the clip itself, it's the clip player that I'm using. And I don't really know why. I just restarted my computer. Who else? Ursa. Hello, Ursa. Good morning. Elf, congratulations. Thank you. Wait, on coming out of the closet or on the Disney show stuff? Yeah, it's not all of them either. Yeah, it's just occasionally where the clip thing just decides it doesn't want to do its thing, Take that 0.0000001 from Disney. Yeah, exactly. You telling me if you're a Star Wars fan and Disney comes to you and it's like, hey, we'd like to there was a bunch of people on Twitter who were getting sent to the premiere, which I'm like, so jealous of. One of the guys I follow on there got to meet Dave Filoni. Got to put his arm around Dave Filoni and take a picture with him. I'm like, can I have some of that, please? Like, you're telling me any Star Wars fan wouldn't be thrilled to be invited to something like that. But no, you hate Star Wars because there's women in it and no white men. And you're mad about that. That's really what it comes down to. The tweet in question was about that fire scene in The Acolyte. And I was just giving my thoughts on, here's why it kind of seemed more fiery, even though Star Wars has had fire in space for since the original Star Wars, that has not really been, Star Wars has never been scientifically accurate, but yeah, that's what the tweet was about. So I'm like, somebody called me a shill on Twitter and I'm like, I made it. Heck yeah. Finally voted in the EU elections today. First time voting physically and not online. Wow. That is dedication right there. That is dedication. Are they not offering online voting anymore? I think online voting should be the norm. And, well, okay, I'm talking specifically about the U.S. here because we're weird. But you should be able to vote for more than one day. It should be a month-long vote so that everybody can have a chance to get out and do it instead of just, one day. Some places have early voting. I think everywhere should have a month where you can vote, personally. Or at least 2 weeks, You'd be like BFFs with him. He'd be so much smarter than me. I'd be intimidated for sure. Loud noises? What's up, Red? Did I make a loud noise? Or is it just me? Good morning, old school quarter. Get your old school quarters. That's gonna make no sense to anybody. It's a weird thing that I do in the car. I can tell you about it if you want. But anyway, Mersa, hello. Hi, honey buns. I love that. You love lamp? What is happening? Lamp? Not in Sweden, not for this election. Okay, interesting. You know, I had kind of hoped that things like the pandemic would make it more evident that there needs to be some kind of electronic voting system across the board. But, you know, whatever. But if I don't know if Sweden is anything like US, which I'm pretty sure it's not super like the US, but our goal here seems to be to make it as hard as possible to vote, because they want as few people as possible to vote. And when you really think about it and you look at like their scheming and what they're trying to accomplish, especially the Republicans, but the Democrats do it too. It is within their best interest, especially the Republicans, because they notoriously do not win the popular vote. That's just by the numbers. They don't win the popular vote almost every time. So it's in their best interest to make sure that like as few people as possible can vote, which is why they're always the one doing voter suppression. Always the one. And you'll notice Democrats are always like, we need to make sure that as many people as possible can vote, because they know that they have the popularity numbers. Even still, probably to this day, they probably do. But yeah, if you look at it that way, it's pretty easy to see, if in a two-party system, pretty easy to see which one you should go for, you know. We have 2205 to 906 period. Okay. Well, that's not bad. That's a pretty long time, right? Yeah. Well, that's less than a month, actually. Never mind. But it's longer than we have. We only have a few days sometimes. Usually you vote on voting day, or some states have early voting, which I think is maybe just a couple days. I wanted to say a week, but I don't think it's a week. It's a movie? I don't know any other movie but Star Wars. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. I'm not really a film buff guy. There was a time where I wanted to be, where I was like, I could do movie reviews and it's just, it's not, I like movies, but like, I'm not that interested in it. Also, gerrymandering, yeah, gerrymandering's pretty bad too. I want to share my news so bad, but I don't want to wait till Wednesday afternoon. What happened? Okay, let me go over here. Signed? Oh, does that mean it's a, you know? I guess if you don't want to share, we don't have to share right now, but anyway, let's get going, shall we? I gotta tell you guys, I have to go get another bag. I have to go back into the closet. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I know this one. For a second, I was like, what in the world is this set? This is the sand crawler that I only recently took apart. That's why the bag is a little newer. Yeah, but we're gonna start sorting on this one. Guys, I have so much left. So much left. This is far more daunting than I thought it would be. So I think after this week, we're going to go back to playing games during the week, but I'm just going to keep doing this on the side, I guess. No, I even think if I take another week, I'm still not even going to take I'm not gonna put a dent in this thing, you know. So what I think I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna have to do it on my own time. I have it all set up, so I'll just roll over here occasionally and do some. It's gonna take a long time, you know. There's so much. I'll post a picture after today. I'll post a picture and I'll show you all what the collection is like. Basically we finished. Hang on. We finished 3 bags, 3 of these that I still need to recycle. And one of these, technically, I mean, these are still here because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, like, UCS plaques yet. I don't know yet. But we sorted this whole thing, too. That's it. There is now... I wish this camera was small. I wish I could just grab the camera and take it over there. There's 4 containers, 4 big containers about this big, that wide. There's 4 of those. And then there's probably... I don't know. I can't even count them. I'll have to give you a picture. There's so many of these bags in there, you know? Maybe you can sort on Fridays. I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to have at least once a week where I do it. I agree with that. I am kind of missing doing the games. I'm kind of missing having... I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready to play something, you know? But yeah. It's just this is such a massive undertaking. And I feel like I knew it was going to be. Yeah, I'll probably keep it in makers and crafting, yeah. I knew it was going to be a lot, but I kind of thought in a month I would get it done. Look at how dusty those are. This is a set that had been up on that shelf for a long time. I'm thinking that maybe you extra missed games because you had this week off. From games? From games, yeah. Whoa. I don't know, you know what part of it is? I'll be a little vulnerable right now. Part of it is doing this is a lot more physical than sitting and playing a game. You know, I'm up and down, which is great. Like, I think that's good to move around, but I'm a lot more physical in this, and that's kind of actually been a little draining to me because I have to think about, like, how can I say this? I might have some issues with my body image, okay? So just fair warning there, and I'm aware. But just, you know, the different angles, having to think about... Yeah, just having to think about, like, I'm too into my head when I do stuff like this, you know. So yeah, after a week of that, it's like I'm ready to take a break and just be in one place for a while. I hope that makes sense, you know. I don't know. There's Mrs. Nonder. Good morning. Hello. She's been waking up with me now, although I guess I've been waking her up, or the dogs have been waking her up. Whenever I get up, all the dogs are like, ooh, playtime? And we have to use that term, all the dogs, now, because there are multiple. It also didn't help that this week I have just the worst hair week. Like, this, it's so in need of a cut. Because once it gets to this side, it's starting to stick up back here. It makes my cowlick up here look extra bad. So I was just feeling very unconfident in myself this week. You know, I don't think anybody else notices or cares. But yeah, just being in your head like that all week, I'm ready. I'm ready to take a break from it. It's been fun. We've had so much conversation. That's been really great. It's one of the favorite things to do on those Saturday streams is do stuff like this. But yeah, I'm ready. I guess we'll start the Minecraft survival. I owe you all that. I owe you all some Minecraft survival. Yeah. With the express goal of I'm going to beat the Ender Dragon, something I've never done before. Something I know that many other people have done and is probably fairly easy. But listen, you know? Ooh, look at the dust on that bad boy. I know I'm just kicking up dust into the air. It makes sense. Good. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna not do Lego streams anymore. It's just it's very physical, and I didn't know how much that would kind of weigh on my mind, you know? That's where my boyfriend is lucky. He can ask me to cut his hair whenever he needs it. Yeah, I wish I had a style that I could just do myself, you know? One of these days, I probably will give up on it and just buzz it. Mrs. Donder right now is going to be like, don't do it, but it's got to have to happen sometime. I don't know what to tell you. You need this vacuum? So this isn't a vacuum. This is it blows air instead of pulls air in. But you definitely need one for Lego. This is on Amazon. If you look up electronic air duster, you'll find it. Like there's many brands of it. This one isn't any particular brand. It was like $20, something like that. I would turn it on and show you how it blows. But I'm a little afraid that I'm right underneath the vent and that will wake up the boy. So, but yeah, just having this little duster piece on it is very nice. Right, there we go. Pretty nice. Yeah, Ashley doesn't know a lot about Minecraft. It's not exactly her game. Love non-versating with you in chat. Add another one to the book. When I get paid, I'm buying Lego sets. I can relate to that. True. This one actually shouldn't be too hard to sort. There's a lot of big pieces in here. So this shouldn't be too bad to get through. Longer ones. And then I was looking at the collection yesterday, you know, of what we have sorted and thinking there's going to have to be deeper sort. There's going to be a level 2 sorting underneath this where there's a couple of containers that are going to need to be sorted into 2 separate types because it just got to be too much, you know. So we'll see. I'll turn it on and show you how it Ursa caught it. I don't know if you know, but I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I cut everyone's hair in the house. Can't wait for it to be cut down from 3 people to 1 when we move. Yeah, if you know how to do it, people are going to ask you to do it. I need one, Mom. How do your kids do with that, Ams? Like, if you buy yourself a Lego set, are they like, ugh, I want Lego? I bought my kid quite a few Lego, you know. You also cut your own hair, but I just do it because I'm queer AF. Recently, Lars, your hair has been looking really cool. I've been very jealous of it. I like the business up front, party in the back, you know? I think you can rock it. Are the sets already separate in the bags? So yeah, a lot of the ones that are in these bags are specifically sets that I wanted to keep together under some kind of idea that I would, excuse me, that I would rebuild them sometime. But I can still do that if I have everything sorted, right? Yeah. So there are some sets that are in with that. There's also 30-ish plus years of just random pieces, but yeah, this is the Sandcrawler, so all of the pieces for the Sandcrawler are in this particular one. Like this is a good example. This one's probably going to need to be sorted into a bigger. Well, I guess I don't even need to sort it. I'll just dump it into a bigger one. But these are the smooth tiles. These are 4s and 3s. Not many 3s exist, but these are 4s and 3s. And I'm definitely going to have more of these, like, for sure. So that's going to have to get dumped into a bigger container, I believe. But yeah. I think space-wise, it's going to end up being pretty good. I still have like 5 or 6 of these shoebox containers that I'm not using at all. So I still think that I'm going to have plenty, even if I have to pick up a couple more from Target. Not a big deal, you know, they were cheap. But I think space-wise, and I have 4 of these shelves with the drawers. I have 4 of those in there. So that's going to be good too, you know. I do have some sets in boxes. You can almost see them right up here. I do have some sets still in boxes, some of which are open, some of which are not. A lot of the ones that aren't opened are like gift with purchase sets that I'm like, oh, these are really cool, but I'm not really interested in building them. I'll keep them. I'll keep those for the monetary value someday, you know. Did I start one for the longer pieces? I didn't. I need like one more. Darn. All right, I'll just start by putting them. I'll start by putting them over here. I just got my first fossil on Coral Island. This Notter's been telling me about Coral Island, and I'm kind of intrigued. You know, back in the day, Stardew Valley was a huge hit on this channel. So I've been kind of interested in this game. Might be kind of a cool maybe after Minecraft, because I don't really have any big plans after Minecraft. And I don't know how long. How long do you all think it's gonna take me? We want to take bets. Do we want to wager on how long it's gonna take me to beat the Ender Dragon? Hey Blue, how much for a cut? I do kind of wish I could learn how to do it myself, because 1, it would save some money, and 2, I would do it far more often. Because having to drop everything and make an appointment and then wait for that appointment, I could have had it done already. You know, I mean, I guess I could learn. It is June. We're adjudicating ourselves, you know. I'm really bad at pricing my haircuts. I usually say, pay me what you want, except my dad. He feels he doesn't need to pay me. Yeah, well, when I cut his the most frequently, because he's bald. That's good, though. Like, if you're bald or balding, just keep it short. I mean, that's why I like to keep mine so short, is because my crown is very light. Hey, Lutz. How's it going, buddy? My crown is very thin. So the longer my hair gets, the more pronounced it is. So if I just keep it shorter, it looks 10 times better. 10 times better. I just love the way a fresh haircut looks too. Man. Can we get a Coral Island stream? It's on Game Pass. I'm thinking I might do it after Minecraft. Am says probably at least a month. That's probably reasonable. It depends on how distracted I get with all the other stuff, you know? Why am I picking up stuff that I don't have a container for? Or do you want Mrs. Nonder to do a Coral Island stream? That would be fun. We could have her come on and introduce it to me. Have her jump in a Discord call, and she can tell me how to play. She says, "Oh gosh." I looked at the romanceable people on Coral Island, and oh boy, I added it to my wish list. Yeah, I've heard about this Mark guy. My beautiful wife, my wonderful wife. After the whole Mark thing on Discord, I was walking around. Hello there. Interesting picture. Thank you for the follow. Very interesting. I was walking around the house in my nice green shirt that looks really good on me, and she goes, "You look really good right now." kind of look like Mark. And then she laughed. I think she meant it, but she knew that I was going to be like, really? Really? Oh, well, okay. All right. It was a compliment. Is it co-op? Not yet. There just happens to be out there on the channel somewhere, deep within the recesses of all this content. There happens to be a Nonder and Mrs. Nonder Stardew Valley co-op stream. A couple, I think two or three. It's out there. It's on the internet. You could find it. Oh, hi, Mark. Didn't make one for these yet. Okay, cool. Why do I keep grabbing things that I didn't make room for? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Who let me put those in there? I have a container for flat plates and also for the what I call wings. Wings. I think that was pre. Was it pre-kid or shortly after kid? Oh yeah, it definitely wasn't pre-kid because I wasn't streaming before we had Zeke. So okay. So it was probably 2020, 2020, 2021, 2021 maybe. Jeez. Time is weird, guys. Why do servers have to be so heavy? Physically heavy? I mean, what's in a server? Just drives, right? Are they SSDs? Maybe they're not SSD drives? I'm moving from my living room to my upstairs office. Ooh, fun. You have to give us, once you get settled in, get us some pictures of your new office if you can. I love a good office setup, like, tour. I'm a sucker. I'm such a sucker for that. Whoa. I'll do my own, maybe once I get this whole Lego thing sorted and I get everything cleaned up and back to normal. Maybe I'll do my own little office tour. That'd be kind of fun. Probably a bunch of angles y'all haven't seen. Y'all. Gosh, I've been in Texas too long. Probably a lot of hack data. There's no drives in these. Took them out for the move. What's in it then? If there's no drive... Okay, you took... I guess just the metal of the case? Is that what's heavy? Weird. We'll do. Only thing missing will be the whiteboard because proprietary code I'm working on. That makes sense. I wouldn't know what I'm looking at, but somebody else might. I'd be like, yeah, that looks like code to me. We finally saw a picture of code. You know. Do. Okay. Ads BRB. Yeah, the ads have started. I wonder if I need to lower Bebo's ad timer to more like it's coming in 2 minutes or something. 5 minutes seems long. Whoa.
It's Chuck Norris's water.
Ooh,
it's a
cool.
roundhouse kick of hydration.
One moment. They are steel cases, woo, but basically no different than your PC except with 2 CPUs and power supply. Oh, the power supplies are pretty heavy too. There's 2 power supplies in each one. That would add a lot of weight. And steel cases, yeah. But hey, bringing anything up the stairs is gonna be rough anyway. Look at this dude. This isn't Chopper, but it's a similar droid type. And here's the droid that tortures other droids. Because he's a monster. Wait, was this the one that... Wait, or was this the guy that tortured and this was the guy getting tortured? I don't remember. Whoever made robots with that could feel pain is a sociopath. Because it is pretty evident in Star Wars that droids feel emotions and pain. Or at least simulated, you know. Okay, non-rich coming from you. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no clips of me hurting droids at all, ever. Man, look at this piece. This piece snapped. That has not happened to me, like, ever. I guess I should just throw it away, huh? Why do I feel like I can't throw away Lego? Because one of the problems is I won't have one of these if I ever do rebuild this set. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it in for now. I don't need to keep it, but it feels weird throwing it out. I mean, feeling pain is a very important part of sentience, true. How do you know something is harmful to you? If it hurt, yeah. So I guess I should say whoever made robots sentient. I guess, you know. Because again, it's also pretty obvious in Star Wars that the droids are, like, pretty autonomous creatures. Like, they're, sure, they got programmed to be that way, but hey, at the end of the day, didn't we all? Also, how would a droid know to sympathize with pain if it cannot experience it itself? I guess if you have a doctor droid, that's a good point. You would probably want a droid who is a doctor to kind of experience that, you know? I need a Jar Jar bot. Music can't let you do that, Dave. He's afraid I can't do that. That would be terrifying. I mean, there is a movie, not a whole movie, but there is a movie that goes into how droids should have equal rights to humans. It's actually pretty interesting. It's called Solo, a Star Wars story. You should absolutely watch it. But hey, don't listen to me. I'm just a Disney shill. I should have a soundboard for that. Every time I talk about watching Star Wars, I'll just be like, you know, it would be like that guy who goes, "Oh, hello, I'm still a piece of garbage." So I could do something like, "But don't listen to me, I'm just a Disney shill." Something like that. You mean Solo, the best Star Wars movie? It's pretty high up there. Ghost. If you remember from my rankings, it's pretty high up there. I need to work on that video. Whew. Editing another 3-hour stream. I want to do it, but it takes some time, you know. Boom, boom, boom. Happy weekend, Bogan. How the heck are you? Oh hey, how are you? Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage. Something like that, you know. I'm going to let it not hurt my feelings, and I'm going to use it for content, you know? I wish it didn't get on. I love more origin movies. It was honestly better than it... kind of better than I thought it... It was definitely better than I thought it would be, and better than it... I'm not a huge on, like, let's go back and tell the origins of this character. I don't typically care about that. But I went into it with an open mind, not expecting a lot, and man, I was blown away. That was so much fun. So much fun. Boom, boom, boom. Ah. I'm just a shill sitting here on Shill Hill. You think Chill Hill would work there? I'm just a shill. Because Disney pays me. I'm just a shill. Can't have any... I was going to say original thought, but it doesn't work. Can't have any... credibility. Don't have... I'm just a shill, all because Disney pays me. I'm just a shill. There's something there. Don't shame me, baby. Something like that. I'm just a shill sitting on Capitol Hill. Oh, is it like I'm like a bill? Oh, I didn't get where it was from at first. I didn't grow up on Schoolhouse Rock, so I have no idea how our government works. It works based on Jesus and space magic, I think. All I learned about government growing up is just vote Republican down the ballot. That's what I learned. Ka-ching, Capitol Hill. Oh, right, because religion. Sorry. Yep. Well, I mean, I feel like I know more now, but, you know. I would be lying if I said a lot of people had a better head start than I did. Check your privilege, maybe. Check your non-Christian privilege at the door, please. I don't want to hear it. I need reparations from that. Just kidding. That tracks according to the rest of your fam. Yep. Yep. Lots of plates in this one. Lots of plates. It runs on Jesus, space magic, and outrage. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Manufactured outrage. Don't get me wrong. Outrage about things that kind of barely affect you. But not the real stuff. Not the important stuff. You know. Not stuff like human rights and education and public health and stuff like that. We're not gonna pay attention to that. Nah. We're gonna put Fauci on trial. We'll show that man for trying to help our world. Screw him, right? The Fauci stuff. Have you guys been watching that? It's been pretty wild. Oh shoot! What did I just show? Okay, probably nothing too doxing. Sorry about that. Just a Subaru ad, Lutz Magoots going live, and an email from Twitch about a new follower. So I think we're fine. I don't know why. I'm just so used to just opening my phone and looking at it. There's new stuff. Yeah, they just put him like what was it on? I don't even know if it was on trial, but like Marjorie Taylor Greene like wants him tried for crimes against humanity. She's so dramatic. I mean, just like take a drama course if you love it that much, you know? Can't abuse our kids with masks, but you can give them a gun. Oh, don't shut up, Ghost. You're rocking it. Oh yeah, it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild. I don't think anything's gonna come of it. And I think she was like was she the only one? Okay, I'll give a caveat. She was the only one I saw clips of that was saying that. Everybody else was like, I'm sorry you have to sit here and listen to this. Thank you for what you did. And like obviously Fauci got some stuff wrong. And I don't want to say just Fauci because it wasn't just him. It wasn't just him. It was a whole host of doctors and experts and scientists and stuff, right? But like, you know, there's an email where he basically says that like in the early stages of the pandemic, like he doesn't recommend that people wear masks. I think two things were going on there. Just from my experience, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but two things were going on there. There's probably several things. One, he specifically says in that email that like the masks that you pick up at the drugstore, like paper masks, aren't really going to probably help us that much in this. So I don't recommend that the public start masking. If you remember early in the pandemic, nobody was masking really. It took a little while, maybe a couple weeks before people were actually told like maybe you should wear a mask when you're out in a public place. And then the second thing going on there too was also the shortage of N95 masks, the masks that actually helped make a difference there. But I mean, I still think anything that kept droplets from getting out ended up being a good thing. So he's retracted that and said, "No, it probably is a good idea, even if it's a paper mask. They're not as effective, but like you should do something, right? If you've got one, you should wear it. That kind of thing, you know." We talking guns? I know a thing or two about those. Heck yeah. Listen, I'm not opposed to gun ownership. Like decent, highly trained individuals. I do think there's, I don't know. I could say some stuff that I think you might disagree with, but I'm not anti-gun entirely. I do think that there's some classifications of weapons that obviously have gotten into the hands of people who should not have them, and we got to do something about that. Responsible gun ownership, I think I'm okay with. Responsible being the key word. Oh, Ghost, we're already there. How is she still a thing? She's going to go back into her cave. I mean, I don't know how long she can serve. It seems like she's been there forever. It wasn't just her, but she was the loudest. Okay, thank you for keeping me honest. If shills were a TTRPG, they'd be a druid because I don't know my TTRPG. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's very funny. CDC wasn't helping with the whole caving to pressure. Yeah. He said, let the healthcare get them first because there was a shortage. Yeah. So there's a couple of things going on with that particular email, but even the email at face value isn't what Marjorie Taylor Greene said it was, you know, quite obviously. I don't have one for these yet. I got to set them aside. I don't know why I collected them when I don't have anywhere to put them. It was a global pandemic of which we haven't had to deal with in a long time. And yes, some things got wrong, you know. Some things we got wrong, you know. And then the science learned from it and they moved on. I don't think science is perfect. I'm not like a, you know. But that's the thing about science, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. The mask thing stemmed from the China fear, too. China bad, China wears masks, therefore masks bad. Maybe. Yeah. There's definitely some anti-Chinese sentiment in the entire thing. Regardless of what you think. Glad I never caved. No masks, no vax. I suppose that's your right. I mean, it is. Like, I'm not going to put anybody in prison for that. However, personally, for me, I feel like it would have been deeply unresponsible for me not to. I just got boosted before I went on my conference. You know? Boosted up. There's so many people, and people in this community included, who like have immunocompromises and who can't have that same luxury to not ever get, you know. Thank you, Lars. Thank you. I was going to suggest that, but, you know. That is 100% a vibe pass, a vibe fail. You got it. No, you're good. You're good, Ams. It's like you gotta ride a line where like I want to make sure that I say something about how I disagree with that. And that was perfect timing. I got to say my piece and then boom. Yeah, Lars don't play. Oh, my blood pressure. I gotta chill. Yeah. We could also make that I was gonna say we could make that a rule. My only issue is that like people do that to feel like they win, you know? Like they do that, they come in and they say it, and then that just further cements their like, I'm out here speaking the truth and these liberals don't want to hear it. I'm not saying we should allow them to just say whatever they want to say. But yeah, I don't know. We could add that as a list. I don't have a single qualm about banning people who don't mind admitting out loud that they don't care if people like me live or not. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, 100% as a troll, you know. If you want me to be a little bit more like direct, the first time it comes up, I could just be like, boom, ban. But I do like talking about it, you know. Not to let that person spew whatever they want, but to say my piece. and let it go. You know, that's happened quite a bit though. That's happened like 3 or 4 times now. That's happened a couple of times now, where somebody came in and was just like, just right off the bat, instantly talking about vaccines. Now, if you came in here and you were vibing with us for a while, and then we started talking about vaccines, which honestly is a hot button topic anyway, and you're like, listen, I didn't do it. I had my own reasons for not doing it, but like everyone should have their right to do it, instead of like, I didn't cave, dang it. Maybe I'd be willing to talk to you about it. But yeah, maybe if your first comment is just, I didn't cave. Was that the first? I don't recognize that person. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I don't recognize. Yeah, that was their only message in chat. So definitely a good ban. Yeah. So thank you, mods. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Lars. Yeah, first message definitely did not pass the vibe check. Definitely did not. And those are the ones where I am glad that I shut down unban requests. Because in what world am I ever going to be like, yeah, that was totally cool for you to come in and your first message be that? Like, that totally tells me you're not going to vibe here at all. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm open to discussion. I'm not open to, like, obvious trolling. I also like it to seem like they don't get to me. You know what I mean? I like that image of, like, it doesn't bother me that you trolled. I agree you should just go, but it doesn't rile me up to anger, because that's what they want at the end of the day, you know? That's what they want. Yeah, whatever happened to hi, hello, how are you? Exactly. He could have saved himself if he was joking, but it was clear he was trolling. Yeah, if he goes LOL JK, that's the best way to tell people that you're joking, by the way. Lol JK. Lol JK, I've been vaxxed 6 times. You know. I don't know. And again, I think you get the right to, like, joke about stuff like that once you've spent some time here. You know what I mean? And look, I'm sure that there's probably some people who watch this channel who are on different sides politically and socially from me and from us, and that's fine. You're welcome to be here. Because if you vibe with the community, we can talk. We can have a civil conversation, you know. Like the guy down the street with the bumper sticker. What did the bumper sticker say? Is it the guy like on our walking path where we loop back around? Is that who you're talking about? Sorry, I welcomed them in. No. I thought your message to them was kind of funny. What'd you say again? You said, where'd it go? I like Lars. Was like, anyway. Oh, hello, welcome. That's your right. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're not going to throw people in jail, but it does tell me a little something about your character as a person, you know? Yeah, I'll lose no sleep over that. It'll be fine. No sleep will be lost. Yes, with the stickers and the flags. It's kind of sad. We walk by this house whenever we do actually get out and walk here in Texas, because when the state itself isn't trying to kill us, and by that I mean the heat, but also the state. We walk by this house and it's this old, beat down, rundown house, and I don't judge people for that. Like, times are tough, but obviously it's somebody. I'm sure that they're older. I've never seen the people themselves, but I'm sure they're older. I'm assuming it's like an old retired veteran white man, you know, but you can just tell from the way their house. This sounds a little judgmental. I hope this doesn't come off as judgmental, but like the way that their house is kept, that they're probably struggling, right? And it actually in a way makes me sad, because then it's just covered. It's just covered in Trump 2024. He had Trump 2020 there for like 3 years until finally, I guess they came out with new merch. So he spent money on that. Just covered in Trump stuff. And it's just kind of sad. It's just sad that like you're rooting for the ruling class that is keeping you keeping you down. The class that doesn't want to help you like at all. They don't want to help you at all. Yo, new Trump merch just dropped. And it's like, you don't have to love Democrats. God knows they have their problems. You don't have to love them. But it's like when you look at them side by side, it's pretty obvious like which one's going to keep you down, you know? It's pretty sad. It does actually. As we laugh about it, I also do feel a twinge of sadness. Because I just think of somebody in their house just stewing, just watching Fox News and Newsmax and all this, and just so incredibly angry, so mad, you know? And I just, man, what a miserable life. I think the same thing about the, the toxic Star Wars guys who are complaining so hard about fire in space, and they're missing like one of the greatest shows I've seen in a while just after 2 episodes. And it makes me so happy. It brings me so much joy, and it kills me that they can't let themselves experience joy because woke. You know, like that's it. Kel, good morning. How's it going? So while I do get angry at people like that, it also makes me feel pretty sad for them, because it must be just a horrible way to live your life. Ugh. I can't imagine. I can't imagine just being that angry, you know? But yes, do you guys agree? I think it's worth a ban anyway, but do you agree that maybe we should put that in the rules? Should we say like, look, no anti-vax, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we just need to keep it at a vibe check. I don't think that being in the header of my rules would have kept that person from saying that, you know? Don't be a dink. Don't just come in to be a contrarian. Yeah. I did kind of write something out a little bit about the vibe check. So I think it kind of falls within the vibe check. You know, if you're not here to actually connect with me or with the community, then like, or with what we're doing on screen, then it's not worth your time, you know? Something like that. Have a place for these walls. I think we're covered. I don't think we need to jump to anything there, but I was just interested if people thought that would be a good idea or not. Kelt, good morning. Happy Friday. Oh, I need to watch Acolyte. I just haven't had the time. You know the cool thing about it, Clumsy? It'll be there. There's 2 episodes out right now, so like there'll be another episode on Tuesday. So like you'll have a lot to watch, you know? And as long as maybe you don't as long as you don't care if you accidentally see a spoiler, I'm going to try my best not to spoil anything here. I probably won't talk details about the Acolyte for a while, other than how much I like it, or if there's something I don't like, you know? We'll see. Discuss it in Modsters? Absolutely. For those of you who don't know, the mod chat in Discord is called the Modsters. I think that was a Lars original, I believe. It's very exclusive. Clumsy, you're going to be so happy with the range of the characters. I think so too. I think Clumsy's going to like it. I think so. So far, oh man, Jedi Master Soul. Is such a good. I love, I love characters like Qui-Gon. And I always felt sad that like Qui-Gon got cut off so short. As such an interesting character who like holds himself as I would expect a Jedi would. You know, he's not afraid. He's not afraid to like break the rules a little bit if he feels the cause is just. Obi-Wan was the same way. He knew that the council would not want to train Anakin. But he's like, no, this is the right thing to do. I believe in this. Like, I'm going to push back. And they let him. They're like, okay, let's do what you want to do, I guess. So yeah, he holds up like the Jedi values to the point where he'll even go against the council if he thinks that upholds Jedi values. And that I get the same vibes from him, Don't be a dink is going to be my new phrase. I like that. What does dink mean? Wait. Is it just hang on, let's see. I always have to check things because I just need to make sure a new slur didn't drop. A dink? Oh. Well, no. There's a new phrase called DINK, which is dual income, no kids, right? So that's not it. Because the dictionary says a partner in a well-off working couple with no children. So I think there was something before that. Slang term. Here we go. Yeah, it's slang for nitwit, jerk, or nerd. Hey, we're all just a bunch of dinks. Okay. It's a slang, not a slur. Thank you. Yeah. Nitwit, jerk, nerd, or dingus. A dingus. And not that I think Lars would be out here slurring anything, but, there's so many things in my life that I've learned that used to be so common growing up that once I grew up and looked back at it, I was like, whoa, that was bad. That is a horrible thing to say. Like, that is actually a slur. The one that comes to mind, I'm obviously not going to say it, is the R slur. The R slur is just, you have no idea how prevalent that was growing up for me. And I feel very fortunate, slurring my words, not before a few drinks. Zing, hang on, you get this. But I feel so, I guess fortunate's not a great word for it, but I feel a lot of times people say things that are in their lexicon because they're just so conditioned to say it because I used it so much. So that slur in particular was used against me a lot. Like, obviously they used it as just being, hey, you're just kind of stupid, which is a problem in and of itself, because I'm not, dang it. So I never actually called anyone else that, to my knowledge, that I remember, because I remember it being used against me and it being very hurtful, because I don't, to my knowledge, have a lot of disability, and it was just like, I don't know. It just made me sad as a kid, So I never got it into my lexicon, thankfully. So I guess I'm thankful that I was called the R slur for most of my childhood from people very close to me too. I might add. But yeah, that was so common, and like growing up in the 90s and 2000s, like so common. And I hate it now. I absolutely hate it. You can tell the I think it's common knowledge enough now that it's pretty bad. So you can tell the people who still defend its use and use it as a badge of honor. It's like, we know exactly the kind of person you are. You're the kind of person who would fully, if it was socially acceptable, just be saying the N-word everywhere. That's the kind of person you are. It shows me that. Are these brown plates from the Sandcrawler? Good eye. They absolutely are. Yep. They are. Lots of Sandcrawler stuff. Okay. There's a lot here, but I'm gonna pour everything out. I need to try to work on this during the day too. Oh yeah, I do have one. Yeah, that drawer is definitely gonna get full. Ooh, look at the little greebles on this one and all that dust. Look at all that dust. Beautiful. Let's inhale it. Bum, bum, I really like the martial arts Jedi. I always thought they should do that before the saber. It's been really interesting to see like all the people in the Acolyte who have purposely not turned their lightsabers on because they're just like, you're not worth me turning on my lightsaber. I can defend myself without that. And will make the only one who has been Yord, who I like.
Guys,
Yord.
I was supposed to go to work today. I gotta go.
Because he's a goody two-shoes Jedi. He's too eager to prove himself. He's too... Ooh, Yord might not make it. I just had that thought. He's too eager to prove himself. He's too... he's kind of very Anakin-like, to be honest. And thank you for that. I do need to go to work. But yeah, he's a little Anakin-like. But yet, there's a quality of him that I still like. He's young, you know? So there's something there that I still like about him. But yeah, they're so cautious to even turn their lightsabers on, which makes me think of the scene in the trailer where there's about 6 or 7 Jedi who all instantly turn their sabers on to a threat that they think is worth turning on, including Jedi Master Soul, who we have not seen him turn his lightsaber on at all yet. He has not had the need. So there's something there though that makes him go, okay, violence is warranted in this scenario, and that gives me goosebumps. I'm like, oh heck yeah, that's cool. As Coleman would say, that's cool as hell. God, I'm gonna pull that sound. I'm gonna pull that sound from the spooky video. Which, if you haven't watched a spooky video yet, I really recommend that you do. I posted it in here yesterday. I think everybody here has probably seen it already. Let me think. There's Spooky Deer. Let me just do the share. Copy. Here we go. Here it is. Oops, Control V. Shoot. Copy. Control V. There we go. There you go. If you haven't seen it yet, I really recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It is like 45 minutes long, but I'm telling you, every time I've watched it, it has flown by. It's even Mrs. Nonder approved. She loved it. So yeah, go check that out. I'm gonna be doing some more work for Spooky, who is I'm basically a paid editor now, which is pretty interesting. Never really, kind of always wanted to be, but never really had the opportunity until now. Don't give me all the credit. Obviously, a lot of that goes to Spooky. Has such a good sense of like, there's a couple times in the video where he says, this guy looks like this. And I'm like, who is that? And then I go look it up and I'm like, he's so right. Like, he has such a sense about him that really comes through in that video. So it was a lot of work, but I had a good canvas to draw on, you know, and I had a lot of fun, and it scratched an itch in me that I haven't had in a while. You all know I love editing, but I have such a hard time coming up with content, and Spooky's so content brained that I'm like, I think this is such a good partnership, you know. He has so many ideas for things he wants to do, but again, the time it takes to edit. So by sharing that load, I think that will help him like make some really cool stuff, and then I get paid for it. Like, come on, like this is great. So yes, I guess add to my bio, editor to the stars, Lego streamer and casual video game fan, and editor to the stars. I'm actually gonna add something like that. It'll be great. Hi, you share low. Whoa, hang on, hold up. Do I have a record scratch? I don't. I need like a... Wow. Anyway, I guess we should definitely go now. I found a new way to describe something that is causing annoying or uncomfortable pain. What was it? Or was it Dink? Was it Dink? Been running back and forth, baking cookies for my little brothers to sell. That's so cool. Good job. Okay. I guess I should go. I'll continue to work on this throughout the day. I think we made decent progress. We almost finished that whole bag. I'll finish this bag today, and I'll go take a picture of what's left. And then please, like, throughout the month, we're going to move into June stuff because I also really need to get going on some of that. But throughout the month, like, feel free to keep me honest about how I'm doing with the Lego sorting. Just ask me occasionally, how's it going? And I'll give you some updates. This has been a great week of sorting. I have liked it a lot. But I am ready to be gaming a little bit with you all. Very excited to do that again. I keep going. Somebody stop me. Someone. Okay. Let me get the raid up here. It is Friday. What am I doing? I lost my train of thought already. Oh my gosh. What is this man doing? What is he doing? He's in a tank top. What is he doing? If the Sabres go to the old labels, the green were council and less prone to fight. The yellow were sentinels more on guard, and the blue guardians butt kickers. I wonder. I don't think that's current lore. I don't know what the current lore is. I think in general the lore is the crystals are fairly force sensitive or fairly force sentient, and the crystal chooses the Jedi. And so whatever color that ends up being is just that's the color that it is. I don't think they have deeper meaning in current lore anymore. A tank top and a stash, he's really showing up for Pride. Yeah, true. I need to play it. Okay. Whoa, it throws many people off because they never expect me to say anything so close to... Yeah, that's really close. I don't know about that one. I'd be worried about that one too. All right, let's go. Thank you all so much. I didn't even type it in yet. I'm doing the old man one finger type. There we go. I audibly groan every time I see this word in a book. What books have that? I've never seen that word before. I thought you just made it up. Yeah, that is so close. Might be too close. But hey, listen. I'm very tired this morning. I'm gonna go. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful Friday. What are we gonna do tomorrow? I guess I should just round out the week and sort tomorrow morning as well, right? And that way I can reset the space over the weekend and get ready for Monday. So yeah, we'll sort some more tomorrow, if that's cool with everybody. Or launch Minecraft. Do we want Minecraft and get the initial base set up? It would give me more time to do that on a Saturday. Startup takes a bit. You're not wrong. Okay. I can be convinced. You convince me. I'm easy to convince. All right. Everybody is ready to go. I'm ready to go. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening to KRYNON N0N. This has been your morning radio show. I'm working on that, okay? I'll work on that some more. I want to get a bunch of like stingers I can put on here. You work on that. Thanks. I will. All right, everybody, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe some Minecraft, okay? All right, bye. Get out of here. Go. Why are you still here? Go.